In the sprawling metropolis of Nova Terra, where neon lights painted the sky in perpetual twilight and gravity-defiant skyscrapers pierced through artificial clouds, humanity had long since transcended its earthly confines. The city buzzed with a symphony of cultures, languages, and species, each contributing to the vibrant tapestry of intergalactic civilization. Among this cosmopolitan chaos lived Elias Valen, a human engineer whose modest apartment overlooked the bustling Zeta district, home to countless alien embassies and diplomatic residences. Elias's life took an unexpected turn during the annual Galactic Unity Festival, when representatives from across the universe gathered to celebrate their shared existence. As he navigated through the crowded streets, his eyes caught sight of Princess Alira of the Valeth race, an ethereal being whose crystalline skin refracted light into mesmerizing patterns. Her presence commanded attention not just because of her royal status, but due to the tragic circumstances surrounding her lineage. The Valeth were known for their advanced technological prowess and their peculiar biological trait, the inability to reproduce naturally beyond their first generation of spacefaring descendants. The princess moved through the festival with grace that seemed almost otherworldly, her delicate form draped in flowing garments that shimmered like liquid starlight. What struck Elias most was the melancholy in her violet eyes, a stark contrast to the festive atmosphere around them. Their paths crossed unexpectedly when a sudden power surge disrupted the festival's holographic displays, causing panic among the attendees. As an experienced systems engineer, Elias instinctively moved to address the malfunction, finding himself face to face with the princess as they both sought shelter from the ensuing chaos. Their initial encounter was brief but profound. Despite the language barrier, bridged only by universal translation devices, they communicated through gestures and expressions that transcended words. Alira's gratitude for Elias's quick thinking evolved into something deeper as they discovered a shared passion for ancient technologies and cultural preservation. Over subsequent meetings, arranged under the guise of technical consultations for the Valeth embassy, their connection blossomed into an undeniable bond. However, their growing relationship did not go unnoticed. Whispers spread through both human and alien circles, carrying with them the weight of centuries-old prejudices and interspecies tensions. The Valeth, despite their technological superiority, faced discrimination due to their reproductive limitations, a condition that many species viewed as a fundamental flaw. When news of their courtship reached the public, the reaction was swift and brutal. Humans mocked Elias for pursuing a relationship with someone who could never bear children, while many aliens questioned why a princess would choose a mere human over members of her own kind. The media circus that followed was relentless. Holographic news feeds broadcasted every interaction between Elias and Alira, dissecting their relationship with cruel precision. Memes depicting Elias as a desperate opportunist flooded social networks, while political commentators debated the implications of such an interspecies union on galactic diplomacy. The once celebrated engineer found himself ostracized from professional circles, his reputation tarnished by association with the infertile alien princess. Yet amidst the storm of public scrutiny, Elias and Alira's bond only strengthened. They retreated to private gardens within the Valeth embassy, where time seemed to stand still among ancient trees that filtered sunlight into patterns reminiscent of Alira's crystalline skin. During these stolen moments, they shared stories of their respective worlds. Elias spoke of Earth's blue skies and ocean breezes, while Alira described the crystalline forests of her homeworld, where entire ecosystems thrived within living mineral structures. Their love story became a testament to the power of understanding across species barriers. Elias learned to interpret the subtle shifts in Alira's skin patterns, recognizing how different hues reflected her emotions. In return, Alira mastered human facial expressions, finding beauty in the way Elias's eyes crinkled when he smiled genuinely. Together, they created their own language of touch and presence, one that needed no translation device to convey the depth of their feelings. As months passed, their relationship evolved from mere attraction to a profound partnership. They began collaborating on projects that merged human engineering principles with Valeth crystal technology, creating innovations that benefited both species. Their work on sustainable energy solutions earned them quiet respect from those who had initially ridiculed their union, though public opinion remained largely divided. The couple's commitment to each other faced its greatest test during the annual remembrance ceremony, when the Valeth honored their ancestors who had sacrificed everything to ensure their species' survival in space. As Elias stood beside Alira, witnessing the ancient rituals and feeling the collective sorrow of a people facing extinction, he understood the true weight of their love. It wasn't just about overcoming biological limitations or societal prejudices. It was about preserving the essence of what made each of them unique while building something entirely new together. Despite the challenges, their relationship continued to grow, defying expectations and challenging preconceived notions about interspecies connections. They became living proof that love could transcend not just physical differences, but also the deeply ingrained fears and prejudices that had long divided the galaxy's inhabitants. Yet even as they celebrated their victories, both knew that greater trials lay ahead. Trials that would test not only their love, but the very fabric of galactic society itself. The tide of public opinion shifted dramatically after the revelation of Project Genesis, a classified initiative that Elias and Alira had been secretly developing within the Valeth Embassy's research facilities. Through their combined expertise in human genetic engineering and Valeth crystal matrix technology, they had discovered a potential solution to the Valeth reproductive crisis. The breakthrough came during their study of ancient Valeth artifacts, where they uncovered dormant genetic sequences that, when activated through precise crystalline resonance, could potentially restore fertility to the affected generations. News of their discovery spread like wildfire through Nova Terra's information networks, sparking intense debate across the galaxy. Religious leaders from various species condemned their work as unnatural interference with divine will, while bioethicists raised concerns about the long-term implications of manipulating fundamental biological processes. The scientific community, however, responded with cautious optimism, recognizing the potential applications of their research beyond just solving the Valeth infertility issue. Political ramifications quickly emerged as various factions vied for control over the project's future. Human corporations saw lucrative opportunities in adapting the technology for commercial use, while certain alien governments viewed it as a threat to their established power structures. The United Galactic Council convened emergency sessions to discuss the ethical and legal implications of the discovery, with representatives arguing passionately about the balance between scientific progress and cultural preservation. Amidst this turmoil, Elias and Alira found themselves at the center of an unprecedented media frenzy. Reporters camped outside the Valeth Embassy, their drones buzzing like mechanical insects against the crystalline walls. Every aspect of their personal lives came under intense scrutiny, from their daily routines to their past relationships. Former colleagues of Elias resurfaced with conflicting accounts of his character, while distant Valeth relatives of Alira weighed in on the appropriateness of her human partnership. The pressure mounted as both human and alien extremists began targeting the couple. Protesters gathered outside their residence, some supporting their work while others condemned it as an abomination. Security measures intensified around the embassy, with both human and Valeth guards working in tense cooperation to protect the researchers. Anonymous threats arrived daily, ranging from sophisticated hacking attempts to crude physical intimidation. Within the scientific community, rival researchers attempted to discredit their work or claim credit for similar discoveries. Academic institutions scrambled to replicate their results, leading to numerous failed experiments and accusations of data fabrication. The stress of constant surveillance and competition began taking its toll on both Elias and Alira, manifesting in sleepless nights and increasing tension between them. Yet through it all, their resolve only strengthened. They expanded their team to include trusted colleagues from both human and Valeth backgrounds, creating an unprecedented collaboration that transcended traditional species barriers. Each successful experiment brought them closer to their goal, while simultaneously intensifying the external pressures threatening to tear their world apart. The controversy reached new heights when religious extremist groups from multiple species formed an unlikely alliance to protest the project. They argued that restoring fertility to the Valeth would upset the natural order established by their transition to spacefaring existence. Peaceful demonstrations escalated into violent confrontations, forcing the couple to operate under increasingly stringent security protocols. As the situation spiraled out of control, Elias and Alira found themselves questioning whether their pursuit of scientific advancement was worth the societal upheaval it was causing. The lines between personal ambition, scientific responsibility, and interspecies diplomacy blurred, leaving them to navigate uncharted territory where every decision carried monumental consequences for both their species and the future of galactic relations. Despite the mounting challenges, Elias and Alira's determination never wavered. They established a secret laboratory deep within the Valeth Embassy's crystalline foundations, where the unique properties of the ancient structure enhanced their experimental capabilities. Here, they worked tirelessly alongside their diverse team of scientists, pushing the boundaries of what was considered possible in genetic engineering. Each breakthrough brought them closer to perfecting the crystalline resonance technique that could awaken dormant fertility genes in the Valeth population. Their perseverance bore fruit when they successfully demonstrated the procedure on a group of Valeth volunteers. The moment when the first successful activation occurred, witnessed only by their closest team members, marked a turning point in their journey. Alira's crystalline skin glowed with an intensity that seemed to illuminate the entire chamber, while Elias's hands trembled as he recorded the historic event. The success was bittersweet, as they knew this achievement would only intensify the scrutiny and danger surrounding their work. The couple's unwavering commitment to each other grew stronger with each challenge they faced. Late nights spent analyzing data turned into intimate discussions about their shared vision for the future. They developed a system of silent communication, using subtle shifts in Alira's skin patterns and Elias's minute facial expressions to convey complex thoughts without words. This unspoken language became their sanctuary amid the chaos, allowing them to maintain their connection even when surrounded by prying eyes and listening devices. Their resilience inspired others to join their cause. Scientists from marginalized species, who had long faced discrimination similar to the Valeth, began reaching out with offers of support and collaboration. A network of underground researchers formed, sharing knowledge and resources to advance the project while protecting its integrity from corporate exploitation. This growing movement transformed their isolated struggle into a symbol of hope for oppressed communities across the galaxy. The couple's ability to withstand adversity manifested in unexpected ways. They implemented innovative security measures that blended human technology with Valeth crystal-based systems, creating an impenetrable defense network around their research facilities. These hybrid systems became models for interspecies cooperation, demonstrating the practical benefits of combining different technological approaches. Their success in this area gradually won over skeptics who had initially doubted the viability of human-Valeth collaboration. As their work progressed, Elias and Alira developed a profound understanding of each other's strengths and weaknesses. They learned to anticipate each other's needs during high-pressure situations, functioning as a single entity rather than separate individuals. This synergy extended to their research methodology, where Elias's analytical approach complemented Alira's intuitive grasp of crystalline dynamics. Their complementary skills produced breakthroughs that neither could have achieved alone, reinforcing their belief in the power of interspecies partnerships. The emotional toll of their journey became evident in the small moments between major events. Alira would sometimes retreat to the embassy's meditation gardens, her crystalline form dimming as she processed the weight of their responsibilities. Elias, in turn, found solace in tinkering with mechanical prototypes, channeling his stress into creating tools that supported their research. These individual coping mechanisms eventually merged into shared practices, as they taught each other their methods of finding peace amidst turmoil. Their relationship evolved into something far deeper than romantic love. They became each other's anchors in a world that constantly threatened to pull them apart. The ridicule they had faced transformed into respect from those who witnessed their dedication firsthand. Even former critics began acknowledging the genuine nature of their partnership, recognizing that their bond was built on mutual respect and shared purpose rather than mere infatuation. The project's success rate improved steadily, with more Valeth volunteers experiencing positive results. Each success story added weight to their argument that interspecies collaboration could solve problems previously considered insurmountable. However, these victories came at a cost. The strain of maintaining their dual roles as scientists and symbols of hope began to show in their physical appearances. Dark circles formed under Elias's eyes, while Alira's usually vibrant skin patterns occasionally flickered with exhaustion. Through it all, they maintained an unshakable faith in their mission. They documented every step of their journey, creating a comprehensive record of their methods and findings. This documentation served both as a scientific archive and as a personal testament to their perseverance. In quiet moments, they would review these records together, marveling at how far they had come from their initial meeting at the Galactic Unity Festival. Their resilience inspired changes beyond their immediate circle. Young researchers from both human and Valeth backgrounds began seeking mentorship, eager to learn from their example of overcoming prejudice and adversity. The couple established an informal training program, teaching not just technical skills but also the importance of perseverance and mutual respect in scientific endeavors. This educational initiative helped create a new generation of scientists who approached interspecies collaboration with open minds and willing hearts. As their influence grew, so did the complexity of their challenges. Political entities attempted to co-opt their work for their own agendas, while corporate interests offered astronomical sums for exclusive rights to their technology. Each new obstacle tested their resolve, but also strengthened their conviction that their discovery belonged to all species who could benefit from it. They developed sophisticated strategies for navigating these pressures, drawing upon both human diplomatic traditions and Veilith negotiation techniques. The transformation in public perception became evident in subtle ways. Media coverage shifted from sensationalism to more nuanced reporting, highlighting the scientific and humanitarian aspects of their work. Former mockers began expressing cautious support, while those who had always believed in their cause grew more vocal in their advocacy. The couple's persistence had begun to change not just opinions, but the very fabric of interspecies relations in Nova Terra. Yet even as they celebrated these incremental victories, Elias and Aelira remained acutely aware of the larger forces aligning against them. The success of Project Genesis threatened entrenched power structures and challenged long-held beliefs about species purity and natural order. They knew that their greatest challenges still lay ahead, requiring not just scientific brilliance but also unwavering moral courage. Each day brought new tests of their resilience, but their shared experiences had forged a bond strong enough to face whatever the future might hold. The couple's influence began to ripple outward in unexpected ways, touching lives far beyond their immediate circle. In the lower levels of Nova Terra, where sunlight rarely penetrated and poverty created its own form of darkness, a young human girl named Mira watched news reports about Elias and Aelira's work. Born with a rare genetic condition that prevented her body from properly processing nutrients, she had grown up believing her dreams of becoming a scientist were impossible. Yet seeing a human achieve such groundbreaking work alongside an alien princess ignited a spark of hope within her. She began studying everything she could about genetics and crystal technology, eventually earning a scholarship to a prestigious university based solely on her self-taught knowledge. Meanwhile, in the crystalline forests of Veilith Prime, an elderly matriarch named Silra watched her granddaughter prepare for departure to Nova Terra. Once vehemently opposed to any interaction with humans, Silra now encouraged the young Veilith to seek out opportunities for interspecies collaboration. The success of Project Genesis had shown her that old prejudices could be overcome through understanding and shared purpose. Families across Veilith society began re-evaluating their views on interspecies relationships, leading to increased cultural exchange programs and joint research initiatives. In the corporate sector, the impact manifested differently but equally profoundly. Major biotech companies, initially hostile to the couple's work, began restructuring their research divisions to incorporate more diverse perspectives. Human executives started actively recruiting alien scientists, while alien corporations opened positions to qualified humans. This shift in hiring practices led to unprecedented innovation, as teams composed of multiple species tackled problems from angles previously unconsidered. The economic benefits of such diversity became impossible to ignore, further legitimizing Elias and Aelira's approach to scientific collaboration. The political landscape underwent significant changes as well. Several planets that had maintained isolationist policies began reconsidering their stance on interspecies cooperation. Diplomatic missions increased between previously hostile species, often citing the success of Project Genesis as evidence that collaboration could yield mutually beneficial results. The United Galactic Council established new committees focused specifically on facilitating interspecies research partnerships, with funding allocated to support projects that bridged cultural and biological divides. Perhaps most significantly, the couple's story inspired a grassroots movement among younger generations across species lines. Social media platforms buzzed with hashtags promoting interspecies understanding, while virtual reality experiences allowed users to experience life from different species perspectives. Schools incorporated lessons about Elias and Aelira's work into their curricula, emphasizing the importance of perseverance, empathy, and scientific integrity. Youth organizations sprang up dedicated to promoting diversity in scientific fields, drawing inspiration from the couple's ability to overcome societal barriers. Medical communities across the galaxy began applying principles from Project Genesis to other species-specific health issues. The combination of crystalline technology with genetic engineering opened new avenues for treating conditions previously considered incurable. Hospitals reported increased willingness among patients to try treatments developed through interspecies collaboration, marking a significant shift in public trust of such medical approaches. Research institutions worldwide received unprecedented levels of funding for projects that promised to benefit multiple species simultaneously. Cultural exchanges flourished as artists, musicians, and writers drew inspiration from the couple's story. Galleries featured exhibitions exploring themes of interspecies connection, while composers created symphonies that blended human and alien musical traditions. Literature exploring the complexities of cross-species relationships gained popularity, reflecting society's growing interest in understanding different perspectives. These artistic expressions help normalize the concept of interspecies partnerships, making them more acceptable to conservative elements of various societies. Even religious institutions began evolving in response to the changing attitudes. While some fundamentalist groups maintained their opposition, more progressive spiritual leaders incorporated the themes of unity and understanding into their teachings. Interfaith gatherings became more common, with participants from different species sharing their interpretations of universal truths. This spiritual evolution helped bridge gaps between communities that had long been divided by dogmatic differences. The business world adapted by developing new markets catering to interspecies consumers. Restaurants began offering menus designed to accommodate various dietary requirements, while fashion designers created clothing lines that accounted for different body structures and cultural preferences. These commercial adaptations reflected a broader societal shift toward inclusivity and mutual respect, driven by the precedent set by Elias and Ailira's successful partnership. Scientific conferences transformed into truly international events, with attendance from species that had previously avoided such gatherings. The exchange of ideas accelerated as researchers realized the value of diverse perspectives in problem-solving. New fields of study emerged at the intersection of different species' scientific traditions, leading to innovations that benefited all participants. The academic world embraced this new paradigm, establishing joint degree programs and research fellowships specifically designed to promote interspecies collaboration. Environmental movements gained momentum as different species recognized their shared responsibility for maintaining galactic ecosystems. Conservation efforts became more effective as multiple species contributed their unique abilities and knowledge to preservation projects. The success of these initiatives demonstrated that interspecies cooperation could address not just social and medical challenges, but environmental ones as well. As these changes permeated society, Elias and Ailira found themselves at the center of a movement far larger than they had ever imagined. Their personal story had become a catalyst for widespread transformation, affecting everything from individual aspirations to global policies. The ripples of their influence continued to spread, touching lives in ways they could never have predicted when they first met during that chaotic Galactic Unity Festival. The couple's legacy extended beyond their immediate achievements, shaping the very foundation of future interspecies relations. Historians began documenting their journey as a pivotal moment in galactic history, marking the beginning of a new era of cooperation and understanding. Archives filled with detailed records of their experiments, diplomatic negotiations, and personal correspondence, creating a comprehensive resource for future generations seeking to build bridges between species. Educational institutions worldwide incorporated their story into core curricula, ensuring that their methods of overcoming adversity and fostering collaboration would continue to inspire long after their time. In the scientific community, their approach to blending human and Veilith technologies became a model for addressing complex challenges. Research institutions established permanent divisions dedicated to interspecies innovation, attracting talent from across the galaxy. These centers developed rigorous protocols for cross-species collaboration, drawing heavily from the couple's experiences in navigating cultural and biological differences. Funding agencies created special grants to support projects that followed their methodology of combining diverse scientific traditions, leading to unprecedented breakthroughs in fields ranging from medicine to environmental science. Diplomatic relations underwent a fundamental transformation as governments adopted principles derived from the couple's success. Treaties and agreements began incorporating clauses that encouraged scientific cooperation between species, recognizing its potential to foster lasting peace and mutual understanding. International organizations established frameworks for resolving conflicts that arose from interspecies partnerships, using the couple's experiences as case studies for effective conflict resolution. Ambassadors from various species studied their diplomatic tactics, learning how to balance scientific ambition with cultural sensitivity in their negotiations. Social movements inspired by their story gained momentum, advocating for equal opportunities in education and employment regardless of species origin. Legislation began emerging across planets to protect the rights of interspecies couples and families, addressing issues from housing discrimination to workplace equality. Community centers dedicated to promoting interspecies understanding sprang up in major cities, providing safe spaces for dialogue and cultural exchange. These initiatives helped break down barriers that had long divided neighborhoods and prevented meaningful interaction between different species. The arts community continued to draw inspiration from their journey, producing works that explored the depths of interspecies connection. Virtual reality experiences evolved to allow users to literally walk in another species' shoes, fostering empathy and understanding through immersive storytelling. Museums curated exhibits showcasing the technological and cultural fusion that characterized their work, helping visitors appreciate the beauty of diversity in scientific innovation. Music festivals featuring interspecies collaborations became annual events, celebrating the harmony that could emerge from different traditions. Environmental conservation efforts benefited significantly from their influence, as different species pooled resources and knowledge to address ecological challenges. Marine preservation projects combined human underwater technology with Valith crystal-based monitoring systems, creating unprecedented insights into aquatic ecosystems. Forest restoration initiatives utilized the couple's approach to hybrid solutions, resulting in faster recovery times for damaged habitats. These successes demonstrated that their methodology could be applied to preserving not just species, but entire planetary ecosystems. The business sector adapted by developing new models for corporate structure and management that accommodated diverse species needs. Workplace designs evolved to consider different physiological requirements, while communication systems incorporated multiple modes of expression to ensure clarity across species lines. Marketing strategies began targeting interspecies audiences, leading to products and services that better served diverse populations. These adaptations proved economically beneficial, showing that inclusivity could drive innovation and market expansion. Educational systems transformed to prepare students for a future of interspecies collaboration. Universities established exchange programs that sent students to study on different planets, immersing them in alien cultures and scientific traditions. Curriculum development incorporated lessons learned from the couple's experiences, teaching students how to navigate cultural differences while pursuing common goals. Mentorship programs connected young researchers from different species, fostering relationships that would shape the next generation of scientific leaders. Medical advancements accelerated as researchers applied the couple's principles to other species-specific health issues. Telemedicine platforms evolved to accommodate different communication styles and medical traditions, improving healthcare access for remote and underserved populations. Pharmaceutical companies developed medications that accounted for varying biological responses across species, leading to more effective treatments for conditions that had long resisted conventional approaches. These developments marked a new era in medical science, where interspecies collaboration became the norm rather than the exception. As these changes took root throughout society, the couple's influence continued to grow, shaping decisions and policies that would affect generations to come. Their story had become more than just a tale of personal triumph. It had evolved into a blueprint for building a more inclusive, innovative, and harmonious galactic community. The structures they had helped establish ensured that their vision would endure, guiding future pioneers as they navigated the complex landscape of interspecies relations and scientific discovery. Yet, as their influence reached its zenith, Elias and Aelira faced a decision that would test the limits of their unity. A mysterious illness began spreading among the newly restored Valith population, threatening to undo years of progress. The couple stood together in the heart of their lab, surrounded by flickering holograms and crystalline instruments, knowing they had one final challenge to overcome. As Aelira's skin dimmed with exhaustion and Elias clenched his fists in determination, they vowed to face this crisis side by side. Together, they sent out a galactic call for collaboration, proving once again that no species could thrive alone. Their story became not just a tale of love or science, but a testament to resilience and hope. In the end, it was their unyielding partnership that inspired countless others to believe in the impossible. And though the outcome of their final battle remained uncertain, their legacy was already etched into the stars. For in a universe divided by differences, Elias and Aelira showed that unity could light the way forward. As the galaxy watched and waited, their bond reminded everyone that even in the darkest moments, love and perseverance could spark change.